play only their 6th game at their brand new home, the lavish and spectacular Intuit Dome in Inglewood, as they welcome the Philadelphia 76ers. Philly features a familiar face to Clipper fans. Ex-Clipper Paul George returns to Los Angeles, where he grew up, playing former teammate James Harden, and just George's 2nd contest as a 76er. George spent 5 years with the Clippers before signing in Philadelphia this offseason. Welcome to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. Great opening game between Golden State and Boston, with the Warriors prevailing. Should be an excellent game, too, here at Intuit Dome in Inglewood. Dave Pasch, Bob Myers, George Sedano. A handful of games this season due to a knee injury. Starting lineups brought to you by T-Mobile. Joining George in the starting 5 for Philly, Tyrese Maxey, an all-star last year. Leads the NBA in shot attempts so far. A lot has been on his shoulders, with George out and Embiid out. Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond starting at center till Embiid's back. No Kawhi Leonard yet for the Clippers, still out with that knee injury. Norman Powell off to a great start. So James Harden doesn't have to carry the entire offensive load as a scorer. Powell's averaging 25 points per game. And in case you're wondering about slow starts, do they matter? Look at that. Only one team has made the NBA Finals after a 1-5 start, and Philly's 1-5. That was the Sonics back in 1978.
15 years.
Timeout, Philadelphia. 1-point lead for the Sixers midway through the first.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor.
And we got a timeout on the floor. Philadelphia leading by 4.
Here's Harden again. He's made a career out of this. Just gets a little bit off balance here with Martin. Gets that right shoulder by him and left-handed layup.
We have another doubleheader for you on Friday. The Phoenix Suns off to an outstanding start, winning 5 in a row coming into their game tonight. They play Dallas at 7:30 Eastern, and then the Lakers host the Sixers. Countdown crew tips us off at 7 Eastern time. Dave Pasch, Bob Myers, George Sedano. What do you make of the early overs? 7 by Philadelphia. The Sixers lead by 3. Tyrese Maxey. When Paul George went to the bench, got the green light. And Maxey with 8 opening quarter points.
From Martin, Maxey gets enough shots. Dave, I mean, he's got 30 a game, but this was if they would have turned this one over, look, they got Martin with a great defensive play here, but Maxey's trying to grab it. Martin's trying to say, get out of the way. Martin knows how to finish. Derek Jones knocks down that corner 3.
11th 3 of the season for Jones.
Again, starting with Harden here. They come to double him with Martin. He finds Powell. He could have shot that, but he makes a better pass to Derek Jones for the corner 3.
Almost went in, would not have counted. 14 lead changes. Nobody led by more than 7 in that first half. James Harden was just 2 for 10, but he did have 4 assists. 15 points for Powell. 12 for George and Maxey. Halftime presented by Hyundai coming up. To NBA Wednesday presented by State Farm. The brand new Intuit Dome in Inglewood. New home of the LA Clippers. It's their 6th game here, seeking their 2nd win. Our first half stats brought to you by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN. Both teams shot it well in the first half. The difference, 12 turnovers by Philadelphia, leading to 18 points for the Clippers. Dave Pasch, Bob Myers, George Sedano here in a little bit. And as we look at who's ruling the court, brought to you by Burger King, it's James Harden, Bob, but as a facilitator. He didn't have a basket since the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, but he's still running the offense well.
Yeah, I mean, Harden is known as a scorer, but his passing has always been one of his best attributes. He's one of the best passers really ever to play, and I know people talk about it. Look at the distance on this one, 58 feet, and Kai Jones finishes it easily. And then here, just playing out of the pick and roll, him and Zubac have developed a little bit of a system there where they know where each other's going. They've got a little comfort level on that one. That's probably the best one of them all. Derek Jones from all the way over on the right wing with some contest there. But this is a team that's still trying to figure itself out a little bit. But Harden has been and always will be the one that makes the offense go, no matter what team he's on. Philly struggling to score, and Terrence Mann, he created a three on the earlier possession, and now just attacking in the break. Paul George gambled to the shot. Terrence Mann takes it all the way in. Oh, it's so competitive. You can't just, and I don't think the Sixers are doing this. You got to play. You got to get good seeding, and that's why it's hard to have your guys. The Clippers got the same thing going with Kawhi Leonard.
Spent 5 years together, and this dovetails to what we were talking about earlier, where you pair two guys together that have had a history of injuries. And look, they made it to one conference final, but even that year, Kawhi Leonard got hurt in the second round, tore his ACL. On the line, I probably should not have said that.
I just said before in the broadcast, I watched him do a workout, and this is. Go ahead and do the promo.
Perfect time for
Go ahead and do the promo.
ESPN NBA Friday doubleheader. Suns, Mavs, Lakers, Sixers to follow. Countdown crew starts us off 7 Eastern time. So Philly trying to avoid a 1-6 start. Just 3 teams have 1 win. Utah, Milwaukee, and these Sixers. And Milwaukee and Utah play tomorrow. Spurs a big reason why they closed that border on a 16-2 run.
Yeah, again, Clippers, they're really doing it on defense, but also in the half court on offense. Great ball movement, sharing the ball, and done wide open lane to the basket. It's not that, it doesn't jump off the page, but that's what they're doing. They're missing one of the best defensive players ever in Kawhi Leonard right there.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm.
Clippers behind a tremendous third quarter from James Harden, on their way to their 4th win. And the Thunder, which lost tonight, first loss of the season for OKC, takes on the Pelicans. Then it's the Lakers and the Grizzlies. Countdown crew tips off coverage at 7 Eastern time. Clippers shot almost 60% from the floor. They dominated the paint, 54 points in the lane. And Norman Powell continues his hot start. He had 26 points in a Clippers 110-98 win. For Bob Myers, George Sedano, Dave Pash saying so long. Coming up next, Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. Going to talk about what's wrong with the Sixers and the Bucks. NFL news as well and much more coming up. SVP. So long from LA.